You are welcome to the Messiah channel. We are an end time channel, and today our message is about prophecies about the true Hebrews, scattered now but will be regarded later. Prophecies about the true Hebrews, scattered now but will be regarded later. How do you identify the true Hebrews? And what scriptures help you to identify the true Hebrews? And what are the prophecies that are fulfilled about the true Hebrews? And what prophecies remain to be fulfilled regarding the true Hebrews? To answer those questions, I introduce you to the prophecy in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. That prophecy says that the children of Jacob will be sent to Egypt again. They will be sent to Egypt again. That was on the occasion when the Lord was speaking to Moses. They will be sent to Egypt again the second time. You remember Moses took the children of Jacob from Egypt the first time during the period of Exodus. When the Bible talks about Egypt, the Bible symbolically is talking about a land of bondage. Is United States the new Egypt? Coincidentally, you see the symbol of the pyramid, Egyptian pyramid, on the dollar bill of the United States. Coincidentally, you also see that there are so many cities in the United States that have Egyptian names. You can do research on those names, whether you're talking about Alexandria, whether you're talking about Memphis, whether you're talking about Cairo, and whether you're talking about Phoenix. You remember that United States has a resemblance of the old Egypt. Symbolically, the United States is a land of bondage for the true children of Jacob. United States is a land of bondage for the true Hebrews. Who are the true Hebrews? We have to look at the prophecies in the Bible, the prophecies about the scattering of the true children of Jacob. And it is not the United States that received the scattered children of Jacob. It is not only the United States. The children of Jacob are scattered all over the world. And I can use the Limba tribe as an example. The Limba tribe, they are scattered to Zimbabwe and also South Africa. The Limba tribe, they are descendants of Jacob. And you can trace their lineage, their ancestry to Jacob by using the findings of archaeology, by also relying on oral traditions of the Limba ethnic group, and also looking at the recent DNA test that was conducted on the Limba in Zimbabwe that proved that they actually are the descendants of Jacob. They are true Hebrews. So the children of God are scattered not only in the United States, but also in Africa and other parts of the world. Who are the true Hebrews? Let's go into the scripture, and I'll turn your attention to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3. And it says that then the Lord thy God will return thy captivity and have compassion upon thee. The Lord is saying that He will return the captivity of the children of Jacob, the children of Judah, who are scattered all over the world, and the Lord will have compassion on them, and will return and gather thee. The Lord will return and gather the scattered children of Judah from all the nations, whether they are in America, whether they are in Africa, whether they are in Asia. The Lord will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. The prophecy is yet to be fulfilled. The Lord is going to gather the scattered of the children of Judah from all the nations where they have been scattered. And the scripture is very clear. The Lord thy God. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 3 is speaking about the Lord thy God. The Lord who is the God of the scattered children of Judah. What does it mean? It means that the true children of Judah are scattered and they will be regathered. And Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 3 is saying that the person who scattered them is the Lord thy God. Does it wonder? Does it amaze you when you hear that the true children of Judah who are scattered are the people of God? Because Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 3 is saying that the person who did the scattering is the Lord thy God who hath scattered thee. What does it mean? It means that the transatlantic slave trade that took place, that resulted in the captivity and the scattering of the children of Judah, fulfills a prophecy about the chosen children of God. Because in Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 3, it is stated that they will be scattered and the Lord will bring them from captivity. The Lord will have compassion on them. When will the Lord regather the chosen people of God who have been scattered? I'll introduce you to the prophecy regarding the regathering when we get to Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11, which states that it is the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of Jesse, the Messiah, Jesus, Yeshua, who will do the regathering. You must compare the first regathering, the first Exodus, where Moses was chosen to lead the Exodus, and it is appointed unto the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, to lead the second regathering, where the prophet Isaiah says that the scattered of the children of Judah will be regathered from all places where they have been scattered to, naming places like Cush, naming places like Egypt and the islands of the sea. And when we talk about the islands of the sea, you remember the islands in the Caribbean, in the Pacific, and other places where the children of Judah were scattered to. Who are the true children of Jacob? These people are people where there is judgment about their captors. God is going to judge those who oppressed the children of Jacob. And the prophecy is very clear. And I introduce you to Isaiah chapter 49 verse 26. We're talking about how God is going to judge the nations, the people, the groups the clan, the clique, the associations, the companies that scattered the children of Judah. Isaiah chapter 49 verse 26 is saying, I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. The Lord is speaking through the prophet Isaiah that he will feed those who oppressed, those who scattered the children of Judah with their own flesh. This is a very serious prophecy. And that prophecy about judgment on the captors, those who scattered, those who dispersed the children of Judah, that prophecy is also supported by what God told Abraham himself in Genesis chapter 15 verses 13 to 14. The Lord told Abraham that his seed will be scattered. They will live in a nation that is not theirs for 400 years. And after that, God will visit them and God will judge the nations that scattered his children. So when you want to know who the true children of God are, the chosen children of God, you have to look at what I will describe as the prophecy about the scattering and the regathering. The land of the people of God has been taken away from them. The land has been parted, and there's a judgment coming when we look at the prophecy in Joel chapter 3 that the Lord is going to assemble the captives in the valley of Jehoshaphat, because they parted the land of his people. So there's a prophecy about eviction. Those who have taken the land belonging to the chosen people of God, they are going to be evicted from the land, because the children of Jacob will possess their possession, according to the prophecies that discussed in Obadiah. So when we talk about the true children of God, there's a way of identifying who are the true children of God. And here, let's look again to the prophecies regarding the scattering of the children of Judah, as recorded in Deuteronomy chapter 28. In Deuteronomy chapter 28, we go to verse 68, and verse 68 says that the children of Judah, the children of Jacob, they will be taken into Egypt again in ships. And remember the people who were taken into slavery in ships. That prophecy is about the so-called Negroes, African Americans, who were taken by ships into slavery during the transatlantic slave trade. And how do you identify the true children of Jacob? Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48 says that they shall put a yoke of iron around your neck until they have destroyed thee. The prophecy in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48 is saying that the captors will put a yoke of iron around the neck of the true Hebrews, the true children of Jacob. And I recommend that you look at the books that have pictures, images of how iron chains were put around the neck of people who were stolen, who were captured from Africa, from West Africa, from the slave coast. Iron rods, a rod of iron, a yoke of iron, chains were put around their necks and around their arms, around their legs, as they were packed like sardines in slave ships en route to Egypt. Egypt United States. And why will God do that? God says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46, that he will put a curse on the true Hebrews, the children of Jacob. And that curse, the curse of scattering, the curse of bondage will be a sign that they are the true children of Jacob, and they are being cursed with captivity because of disobedience. And so how do you identify the true Hebrews? You identify them by their history, how they were scattered. They were scattered by way of ships, and they were sent into captivity, and they were cursed, and the calamities that were imposed on them will never compare to any other calamities that have imposed on any other people in history. All these things were done to fulfill prophecy, because there's a prophecy about scattering and regathering of the true children of Jacob. And so who are they? The true children of Jacob are scattered. They are now scattered all over the world, and the prophecy is saying that they will be regathered. When will they be regathered? We have to look at what the prophet Isaiah says in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11, that the Messiah, the root of Jesse, will do the regathering. And so if you hear stories that somebody is making a video and is being anti-Semitic, is being anti-Hebrew, is being anti-Jew, that is a fake story, because if you have a house, you cannot break into your own house. You cannot steal your own property. And so if you are a Hebrew, you cannot be anti-Hebrew, you cannot be anti-Semitic, you cannot be anti-Jew if you are speaking the truth, what the Bible is saying. And the Bible is describing who the true children of Jacob are, and the prophecies are written in the book, in the Old Testament. And I took you through Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I took you through the prophecy in Isaiah chapter 49, verse 20 says, that records the judgment that God is going to inflict on those who took the children of Judah into captivity. I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. And so this is the prophecy about the true Hebrews who are scattered over the world. They are scattered now, but they will be regathered and they will be restored. So that is the true history, the true story. Nobody can fake it. Nobody can suppress that information, because the end time is now, and the true children of Jacob will be awakened, and the knowledge is there, and illumination is coming, and the Bible is very clear. So awake, the true children of Jacob who are scattered all over the world. Thank you for listening to this message about the true children of Jacob. Awake.